everybody, welcome back to For the Record with I, DJ Fuzz Probe, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but the camera work has gotten a lot better because I bought a new camera, and I'm using this as an excuse to give DJ Paul a chance to really let his stuff shine on YouTube in a high definition way. So we're back with DJ Paul.
Round deuce.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, since our last visit, what's been going on?
I've been doing a lot of thinking.
Mm-hmm. And what have you come up with?
Well, today I'm going to show you some of my favorite international records.
International records, because before we mentioned you have your Soul Party.
That's correct.
And then you have your Intensified.
Correct. Which is the hits of Jamaica.
Yeah, and then you have your girl groups.
Girl groups night.
And now you have, in addition to all of these nights, yes, you have
the International Freakout A Go-Go.
Freakout A Go-Go.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of DJ Sid Presley?
Yeah, actually, he's an elusive one, but it took me a few years to actually rope him into guest DJing at the International Freakout A Go-Go.
Yeah, I actually got him on the show.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
How'd it go?
Well, I guess we'll see.
Did you film it here at my house? The same backdrop, or is this green screen? Blue screen?
No, he just has a house that's highly similar to yours. That's all I can say. But yeah, he's a fascinating fellow. And so, with International Night, what countries count as international?
It's funny because we pretty much do everything but America and England. But
okay.
That there's some gray areas because there's a lot of like Latin boogaloo that's from America, but
Tejano.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like local American bands that sing in their native tongue or have a flavor of another country. We don't really make it super strict.
So, what can you say? What areas of the Earth you focus on or find the most material for your international?
It's pretty focused on South America, Africa, and Asia,
there you go,
and Europe as well.
Cool.
So, as far as like Turkey and Italy and France and Greece and stuff like that. Well, we could talk all day about stuff like that. Let's look at some records.
Let's look at some records. What's this show about? What's it called? It's called For the Record.
It's called For the What's Your Next Dumb DJ Night?
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Okay, the first one I got here is Los Babies, and the song here is called, forgive me if I mispronounce it, Huinites en el Cielo, which I believe is the Horsemen in the Clouds. And it starts off this track with like some pretty intense echoplex insanity that's really grating hard on the ears. It's from 1966.
Alright.
So it's, on the birth of psych music. These guys are from the Yucatan. And what else? Oh, and then it goes into kind of like a traditional spaghetti western instrumental.
Oh, cool.
Really cool. This is This is from India. It's the soundtrack to one of my favorite Bollywood movies called Apnadesh. This is from, I believe, 72, and it is probably one of the best scenes in the film where it's the main character kind of does this Austin Powers-esque caricature, and you'll have to put a link to it on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's out of control. The song is like
on there.
It is, okay. And the song mixes like pretty much every genre of music together. It's kind of longer, but it's like really out of control, like blaring trumpets and
I just want to say, on this one though, DJ Sid Presley's records all had such great picture sleeves, but this one's cool too. This is just a movie reel.
Right.
Just another example of fantastic design from the Far East.
Yeah.
Or the subcontinent. Or, what have you.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to something from that region.
Oh, wow.
This is Fung Po Po and her single Ring Dang Do, which is the title song on here. She also does Hanky Panky, My Lonely Heart, Before You Go, and I Should Have Known Better, which is probably the most adorable version of that song I've ever heard as far as the cover goes. The Beatles song.
Hanky Panky.
Yeah.
So Ellie Greenwich's songwriting just traveled around the world.
Absolutely.
That's insane. That's great.
And back. This is
So what was
fantastic.
that? You said you had a Beatles song on here. What was the Beatles song?
I should have known better.
Oh, that's a great song too.
Yeah, and I like to play that one a lot, although it's not quite as dancey as Ring Ding Do and Hanky Panky. But
Does she sing in English?
So cute. Yeah, she does actually, and it's got all the lyrics in the back.
That's great.
Moving along, this is a really awesome French record, French pop, Yee Marie Laforêt.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how you pronounce it. And this is her version of Painted Black by the Rolling Stones. Really cool, really moody. So yeah, how are we doing on time here, Joe?
We have all the time in the world, sir.
All right.
It's a whole new camera.
Because there's a story behind this one. Gapo. This is a compilation from the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
from the Olongapo city.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of bands. The Frictions, the Split Ends, not to be confused with the other Split Ends. Hangmen, Reactions,
Okay.
Soul Jugglers, We Inc., Our Daily Bread, Disciples, Brown Sugar, Jovials. I learned about this record through YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was playing tracks off of it. I just kind of stumbled upon it and just found a lot of the songs to be pretty awesome, intense, like early 70s funk, really heavy on the Moog and synthesizer stuff. So I tried to find it, couldn't find it anywhere. All the information on the back's in Tagalog, and
Yeah.
it was never a record that was imported to America.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Philippines eBay had, for some reason, only like cassette copies for $30, and I just couldn't find myself purchasing a cassette for $30
Yeah.
of anything. But I was in Las Vegas and was at this record store, which I don't recommend going to because the guy is basically a by-the-book record snob, follows you around the store, makes you feel really uncomfortable, makes you feel like you can't afford anything in his store. He's kind of like a hoarder.
Yeah.
But I pulled this out and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, he's got this. But it was in his expensive section, as he called it, which is like $80 to $100 records, and I just was like, nothing's priced. You just have to ask, how much is this? And he'll tell you something way more than it's worth. And I asked him how much this was. He said, oh, I don't even know what that is. And he put it on, listened to it for a second, and then he made like a couple phone calls because he couldn't figure it out.
Oh, man.
And then I was just like, come on. He's like, well, how much is it worth to you? And I was like, I wouldn't spend more than $40 on it. And he's like, sold. And I was like, okay. So it was an expensive record.
Yeah.
However, far worth $40 to me.
Because every song
actually
has
have
a total.
And this is volume 1. There's a
Okay.
volume 2 that I'm still searching for. So if any of you have it,
Gapo. Is it called Gapo?
Gapo. That's the name of the comp.
Okay.
It's the name of it's the slang term for the region, which I think was a military,
Oh, okay.
near a military base, and there's a lot of nightclubs, which is displayed on the cover.
Yeah, the cave and
Yeah.
the
Okay, the Sierra Supper Club.
the reactive hotel.
There's the, no, that's also the Sierra Supper Club, yeah.
All right.
I think that might be the executive.
Oh, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's probably right.
Anyway, little funny thing about this, when I got this back to, I was with my girlfriend at the time, rewind that. At the time I was with my girlfriend and when I got this and we went back to her family's house, she's a Filipino, and it turns out on the thank you list, they thank her uncle, Bin Suba, who was a part of the music scene. That kind of blew everyone's mind.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta do that one.
Yeah, we gotta do the Glorious Greeks.
Yeah.
I've had this record since I was a teenager, actually. I got
There
it
you go.
somewhere in Huntington
Perfect
Beach.
picture right here.
Yeah. This is traditional Greek music.
Mhm.
It looks like almost any other, touristy Greek record, but it happens to be my favorite because it's so fast and so intense.
Yeah. We got the bouzouki.
Yeah, they got the bouzouki. Yeah, this is kind of I'm part Greek. This is my Greek grandfather's Greek fisherman hat I wore for this episode.
Uh huh.
But yeah, this is a real favorite of mine. that will bust out.
And you play this out at the night too?
Yeah, you know, I usually play Holiday in Greece because it's probably the most intense. I mean, it's got Miseraloo and, you know, a few other, you know, traditional Greek hits, but...
Cool. Yeah! Alright, well, Paul, thanks again for being on in fabulous HD video.
It's my pleasure, Joe.
And I always appreciate all the help you've given me to get this off the ground and keep it going.
Anything I can do.
So, anyway, okay. Well, thanks again for being on For the Record with DJ Fuzzworld. Again, this is DJ Paul. He has many nights going on. I don't know how he keeps them all straight, but that's great. Stay tuned for more episodes. We got some really good ones coming up, and you know, have a nice week, nice weekend, whatever it is you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you.